But it makes me wonder, like, which of those books impacted you the most personally? Was it the bullish case for Bitcoin? Was it the Bitcoin Standard? Like, what is the one that you're telling people to read if you're trying to get them into Bitcoin for the first time?
Oh, the first timer, I would recommend the Little Bitcoin book. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
want to recommend the Bitcoin Standard, but it's like, it's big book. It's daunting for the first timer. And then,
Right.
yeah, I don't want, scare them off. So the Little Bitcoin book is good, like gateway drug, I would say. It's,
Yeah.
it's very
It's a good
casual.
gateway. Yeah.
It's not about economics. It's more about like stories in real life, more relatable. So that's the book I usually recommend for the first timers.
Okay. And when you were translating these, what was the reception like for you from Japanese audiences as they were getting now access to all of this Bitcoin knowledge? Were people still kind of treating it like holding it at arm's length, or were people willing to embrace it once they got the literature?
No, it's actually the book hasn't done much to bringing
It hasn't.
people into Bitcoin. So I usually bring this story. So in Japan, the book is out for like 4 or 5 years already, but we sold
Mm-hmm.
probably around 5,000 copies of Bitcoin Standard
Mm-hmm.
so far. But the in Thailand, where I actually am based, so in Thailand they have
Mm-hmm.
their own version of the Bitcoin Standard. And then the translator that he told me he already sold 70,000 copies in Thailand.
Oh wow.
I mean, Thailand
No
has less
way.
people, and then yeah, they
Sure. Right.
sold yeah more than 10 times of what we sold. So I'm like, wow.
Why
And then I
why do
got
you
tell
think that
you.
is? What is it about Japan's culture, do you
So
think?
Japanese, as you know, very polite. They are very
Mm-hmm.
obedient, and then they trust the government and the institutions. Not many people had a bad
Mm,
experience with like government or banks. So
sure.
unless you have a problem, you wouldn't find Bitcoin as a solution because you don't have a problem, right? So in a way, Japan is
Interesting.
so lucky that things work, everything works, that people don't really need solution like Bitcoin. But that's like just
Mm-hmm.
on the surface. But underneath, as you know, our debt is like, at a crisis level. Like we have more than 250% on like debt GDP ratio. And then
Mm-hmm.
for the past 30 years, Japanese economy was struggling with deflation. And a few years ago, we finally had a inflation, and then it's, kind of getting out of control now. So people are suffering, like
Mm-hmm.
people are feeling the pain now, but still they don't like look deeper, like they don't try to identify what's causing inflation, so they wouldn't come
Mm-hmm.
to Bitcoin yet.
Right. Interesting. Well, it's actually not that dissimilar, I feel like, of what we experience here in the United States, probably just on a
Yeah.
little bit of a different level because we don't have inflation problems, or traditionally we haven't the same way as like many South American countries. So we're solving a problem that doesn't really feel like a problem here. Although over the last year, we've seen inflation kick up quite a bit here in the United States. So it starts to seem like maybe people's heads are turning and saying, maybe we do need some kind of solution, and Bitcoin's right here to solve that problem. So I think we're kind of in similar boats. We might just be a few stages ahead of Japan right now in terms of their acceptance of
Yeah.
Bitcoin and it being in the space itself. Now, our
Yeah,
time
but
here
the
is running
big,
a little bit. Go
okay.
ahead, please.
No, no, I was gonna say the
Go
big
ahead.
difference is that now you have an administration which support Bitcoin. But here in Japan, the
Correct.
governments are still endorsing Web3 as opposed to Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So in people's mind, Bitcoin is not a part of Web3. So Web3 is okay. So it's government approved. It's safe. It's safe to touch as well, big
Mm-hmm.
corporations. But Bitcoin, which is not approved, like Bitcoin is unapproved crypto to them. So it's like risky. It's
Right.
like, you shouldn't touch, you shouldn't even talk about it at that business scene. Yeah, that's the big difference, I would say.
Yeah. Well, we're super glad we have people like you that are out there helping change that narrative in places where it desperately needs to be changed, because we know Bitcoin is for all of us, but we need everyone to realize that, Bitcoin is in fact for all of us, because an education is such an important part of that. And we really appreciate all of your efforts that you're doing to spearhead that over on your side of the world, Teruko. Now, before we let you go today, I want to make sure that I'm sure there's plenty of people in our audience that are interested in learning more about the Bitcoin Japan conference that you'll be putting on. So one more time, give us the best place to go to get more info on that.
So the best place for you to go would be the official website. You can probably just Google Bitcoin Japan 2025, or you can go to btc/jpy.com. You have all the information there. We have our X account. The press release will be out soon. So yeah, hope to see you
All
all
right. Well,
soon in Tokyo.